Вітаю, шановні колеги! До вашої уваги пропонується невеличке оверв'ю лекції під назвою «Формування та розвиток комунікативних умінь, зорове сприймання та письмове продукування. Практичний аспект». So, my dear colleagues, good time of day to you, and right now I'm offering you to watch a quick overview, a short overview of the lecture, which is devoted to teaching two skills: reading and writing. So the contents of the lecture are right now on the screen. In the lecture you will find some information on the following aspects: reading skills that your students need, the strategies that learners must know, the best practices for teaching reading. One of my favorites is how to get the most of your reading text in the textbook and make them more interesting and use them in lots of different ways. Some follow-up activities for reading passages, and that's all about reading. As for writing, there will be some points devoted to effective teaching writing. You will find some steps to follow to help students throughout the writing process, as well as some writing strategies for the lessons. Of course, some tips on how to make writing fun. Is it possible to do it all at all? And writing tasks for young learners, because teaching youngsters to write is something that presents quite a challenge for us. Therefore, I have decided to include some ideas that will help you. Okay, so I would like to start my short story devoted to reading with your looking at this quotation by Ankita Senger, which is reading skill improves writing skills as well as living skills. So I'm sure that you will agree that knowing how to read and doing these, having good reading skills, will definitely help you in such productive skills as writing and speaking as well. So, therefore, we look at reading and writing in the same lecture because, of course, they are connected with each other. So, what do you think? What are the reading skills that your students need? I'm sure that you all have been using them, you all have been teaching them, and you all know the three words that right now you see on the screen. They are scanning, skimming, and reading for detail. If you have some questions about what these things are and how to teach them, what is the difference, what are the details for scanning, skimming, or reading for detail? Of course, in the lecture I'm giving a wider range of information. So, reading strategies that every learner must know. Of course, skimming and scanning are among them, and there are more of the strategies that there exist. So right now you can see 7 strategies: previewing, contextualizing, visualizing, asking and answering questions, summarizing, skimming, scanning. And there are types of tasks that we use at each, not at each, but to practice, to develop each strategy. Right now I'm offering you to pause the video and try to do the matching exercise. Which reading strategy has the type of the task that you can see on the right? So please pause the video, look at the screen, do the matching exercise, and after that check yourself. And I'm continuing my video and giving you the answers. Here they are. So, hopefully you did it right. And I have another question to you. What do you think? Should a reading class be quiet? Just think of your reading class. What does it look like? Usually it is quite quiet. But do we have to be that quiet teaching reading? What do you think? Among the best practices for teaching reading will be several ones that are not that quiet. And I'm offering you to use them when working with the kids. So here they are. I am not reading them out. You are just looking on the screen and paying attention that to read about them, to read about all of these strategies that might help your class be not that quiet. You can end the lecture. So, the next point is how to use the reading text from the textbook in a new creative way. I have lots of books, but I don't have a lot of time to search the internet. Sometimes I don't have time for it at all. But thanks to the exercises, thanks to the tasks that I have prepared for you, I have a chance to make one text into a different reading tasks very quickly, and the students will be working with it quite effectively. So I'm offering you to look at this list of what you can do with one text in a textbook. And as you can see, there are lots of things that can be done. So to read how to do it, to look at the examples, don't forget, go to the lecture and you will find the answers to the questions of how to do it. Definitely, follow-up activities are very important. So whatever you do, listening, reading, whatever it is, even writing, I think, and speaking. So follow-up activities are very important, and for reading as well. What activities could be done? What do you usually do to follow up when you read something? If you don't do anything, please look at my ideas and again look for more examples and for more detailed information in the lecture. So these are actually the names of different activities that should be done after reading the text, like to summarize your work. And with this, I am finishing the part devoted to the reading part and coming to the writing section. So, again, a new quotation from me, but I think that it is really nice. So, writing is a skill, not a talent. And this difference is important because a skill can be improved by practice. So definitely, you might think that some kids are talented and they make super writings, they are great, they are cool. But of course, to become such a great writer, we have to practice. And how to do it? What are some tips? Let's quickly look at them. So, how to effectively teach English writing skills? I have even three ideas, okay? So, you have to choose what you'll focus on, you have to choose your activities and exercises, and of course, the topics. And this will be enough for the beginning. So, while teaching writing, of course, there are several steps that you must follow to make the most of it and to make it correct. So if you look at the screen, you will see that there are some stages of every writing. It's like pre-writing stage, organizing, writing, editing, and rewriting. All of these should be taught to your students. What are the exercises? How to do it? The answers are in the lecture. I'm just reminding. Okay, so as any skill, writing needs some strategies which you might use throughout the lessons. And from me, there is a quick and short list of writing strategies for the ESL classroom. You can see them right now. What does using templates mean, or addressing the reader, or getting graphic or fast and furious writing? what are these? If you want to know, go to my lecture and check it out. How to teach writing strategies? Of course, you cannot teach all at once. So choose a strategy, model it, let the kids try it on their own or with your assistant. And of course, don't forget about the independent practice. Okay, in my opinion, whatever you do with the kids, must teach them something, but it must be interesting, it must be like free, it must be fun, it must be very easy, let's call it this way. So, is it possible to make writing fun? Think for a couple of minutes and answer yourselves. I do believe it is possible. So, how to do it? There are some pieces of advice from me. The last one is the most important as for me, because if you have fun teaching, not only writing, whatever, the kids will really like it. They will they will mirror you, and if you like what you're doing, they will like it as well. Okay, one of the most difficult tasks for me when I started teaching was how to teach young learners to do anything. And writing was quite a difficult thing for me. So kids cannot write in their native language well. So how can I teach them to write in the English language, which is not their native? So for this, there are some types of tasks to have fun, to make it really interesting and to make the kids want to learn to write. And look at this nice young girl and think, will she like doing writing with the exercises like these? I'm sure some of the exercises are absolutely fun. There are some strategies of how to use these exactly exercises and what to do with these tasks. So, as you remember, whatever you would like to learn, whatever details you would like to find out, please address the lecture and you will find the answers. And of course, the last slide from me is a good Japanese proverb for you, which is better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with the great teachers. So, my wish to you, my dear colleagues, become and be such great teachers. I'm sure your students will really not like will be, but they are really happy to be your students. So develop yourselves, create something, be funny, love what you do, and be a great teacher. Be great teachers, all of you. Thank you very much for your attention.